entirely by Ivory Miller. Uses that dribble and just feeds back to Mendel. In the corner to Nelson. Go up top to Barra. So he's looking for connection to somebody. Finds Colt beside him. Just trying to work that half court and find some baskets. Bit of a long pass from Floyd to Nelson. Nice bounce down to Colt left baseline. Pulls up for the jumper and splashes home. Patient possession pays off here.
Yeah, that's what I've been talking about. It's just, you know, pass the ball around. Don't try to rush the ball. You're going to get an opportunity to hopefully put up some points.
That they do. So Colt with her first basket of the game, 52-23. Anadarko with the lead as they'll work it around left wing to Walker. Still with their starters for the most part. Picotti also in there. Top of the key, Hightower. She'll launch a three. Hand to the face. That rims out. Rebound taken underneath by Colt for the Boomers. 6:20 remaining in the fourth quarter. The Boomers push down the left side to Miller on the wing, or to Mendel, excuse me, on the wing. Now right side to Colt. She's guarded entirely by Ivory Miller. Mendel fires a pass baseline to Nelson. Nelson goes up on Haywood and draws the foul. Nelson did a good job to find position on that baseline and drew the foul on Heaven Haywood. That's her fourth of the game.
Great job by Lexi right there, not to take too long. You know, and that's one thing the Boomers have at times, you know, like I said earlier, will go stand there and take like a half second too quick or too long before they make the pass. As soon as that opening was there, she dumped it off underneath to Bailey.
And Bailey makes the first free throw. She's got 5. So 52-24. We'll say the Boomers have nearly tripled the opponent's attempts facing Anadarko so far this season. Each opponent for Anadarko has only scored 9 points in their other games. Second free throw from Nelson. That one's off. Rebound fall for picked up by Anadarko as they'll feed it ahead to Hightower. She's guarded tightly by Nelson. That runs at the Floyd. Double team. Gives it to Ivory Miller right wing. Drives. Kicks over to Picotti. Puts up the 3. That's off the front of the rim. No good for Anadarko. Rebound though. Second chance. And finally the Boomers come up with it. And a foul full court by Haywood. And that's number 5 on her. So she's gone. Wow. So Haven Haywood fouls out with 18 points. Big impact tonight, but fouled out.
I've been, you know, really kind of happy about the way the Boomers have been playing, kind of the late third quarter going here into the fourth quarter. You know, I don't know what the biggest differential was. Here, I know it was at least 30 points at one point.
Yeah.
The Boomers, you know, continue to just kind of stay with them and fight and try to see if they can chip away.
To that point, Boomers on an 8-0 run and a 10-2 run in the last 8 minutes. So 52-24, Boomers still trail. 5:25 remaining in the game. Lexi Mendel has it top of the key, and her pass, a bit strong for Douglas Fisher. Good job by Briley. Stay in bounds, feeds it back to Nelson. As they reset the offense, get it down to Douglas Fisher, feeds to Colt, who was cutting in, wasn't expecting it. Mendel takes the top of the key, drives to the basket off the glass, off the front of the rim, a bit too strong. Rebound collected by Picotti of Anadarko and a foul by Floyd as Picotti was trying to pass it ahead. Probably a good foul in the end by Floyd, saved the basket.
Yeah, I think unfortunately, I think Briley had that one extra pass where I think she probably, maybe she thought she was underneath the basket a little too much. You know, a lot of times you say, let's pass the ball around, let's take that extra pass, but sometimes you just want to have to take it up.
And a timeout taken by Coach Ram of Anadarko, just a 30. Great Plains Bank, Heritage Trust, Respect, those are the things that make Great Plains Bank great. Deep roots across Oklahoma, Texas. They are in touch with the communities in which their customers live and work. Compass Athletics, from sports equipment to championship trophies, everything in between. Visit 2024 Main Street in Woodward, 580-256-7045. Compass Athletics, Great Plains Bank, powering Boomer Sports this season.
And Tyler, one thing looking down, you know, at the stats is, yeah, and I texted you this morning about how many offensive rebounds Oak City had. And, you know, that wasn't even the size difference that Anadarko has.
Right.
And they've only got 8 offensive boards in Anadarko. So, you know,
that's done a good job on that, yeah. And some chaos out of the timeout. Anadarko feeds it ahead and then turns it over as Ivory Miller can't keep the handle. There's some collisions between Hightower and Mendel. They both get up. That was near center court. And ultimately results in Boomer ball. Again, Boomers in this last quarter of time, 8 minutes, they were on a 10-2 run. So far in the second half, we're outscoring Anadarko 10-8. As the other way, Nelson drives down the right baseline. Tough shot, and it rows in. That was a bit of a heave, through some pressure over two defenders.
I think
could have gotten in one out of that.
Yeah, I think Anadarko definitely had a hand on the ball. A great job by Bailey to stick with it.
Anadarko breaks press the other way, though, finds an open Williams on the backside. She nails it. She's got 6. That was the first basket of the fourth quarter for Anadarko. Nelson's got 7 for the Boomers. 54-26, Anadarko leads. 4:15 remaining in the game. As right wing Nelson tried to feed it to Culp in the paint. Ivory Miller on it. She rips it away, eventually kicks it out to Picotti, who goes the other way for Anadarko. Feeds it ahead to Williams. That one all is turned over. She gets it to Walker, left side to Hightower, and Anadarko going to reset as things are getting a bit chaotic there. Again, the Boomers have outscored Anadarko in the second half. So there is something to talk about there, and Anadarko starters have been playing the second half. It's not like they've gone to the bench necessarily the entire half. They do go a little deep into that bench. As Miller kicks out right wing, Picotti launches the open 3 right side. That's off the back iron, no good. Rebound collected by Douglas Fisher. She'll push ahead. 3 on 4 the other way. Doesn't quite have the numbers. Now sits top of the key, drives into the lane, and draws the foul. Does Douglas Fisher as she gets tripped up on her way. See if it's shooting foul or it's just on the floor. Looks like it is a shooting foul for Briley Douglas Fisher.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. No, I think they're bringing
it
back
no,
down.
It is going to be on 4, yep. Okay.
Like,
I was going to be surprised too. I was like, hold on a minute.
Yeah, I think she was in the quote-unquote act of shooting, but she was so far away, didn't really have control that I didn't think they were going to give it to her.
They get Ivory Miller for her 3rd foul for Anadarko. So beneath the right block, it's Floyd inbounding, and a foul underneath as it goes to Nelson, but she got bumped. See who they catch for Anadarko. Boomers will have another inbounds beneath the basket. That one going on Jordan Picotti. Her 3rd, excuse me, 4th of the quarter for Anadarko. 3:33 remains of the game. This inbound goes to Douglas Fisher on the right side. She's got in the corner, needs some help, had to pick up her dribble, tries to bounce it to Floyd underneath the basket. She gets it. Nice feed to Culp right beside her. Culp's shot just a bit strong though in front of the rim. Rebound fought for, last touched by Anadarko as Picotti can't haul it in. So the Boomers keep the possession. Now Ava Pibashi will step in for Picotti. She'll step out. Boomers with their 3rd inbound of this possession, trailing 54-26, 3:19 remaining in the game. This will be Mendel, beneath the left block. Goes to Floyd, top of the key, or excuse me, Nelson, then top of the key to Floyd. 3 on the way from Mendel. That catches the left side off the glass on the right side, pops out, rebound taken by Anadarko. They'll push it ahead to Pibashi, right corner. Feeds it to Williams as they go back around up top to Hightower. Handoff to Pibashi. To Walker in the paint. That's poked at, stolen almost as Hightower collects it for Anadarko, right wing. She drives to the paint, draws the foul before her shot. She's going with a nice Euro step there, but got fouled. And they'll get Lexi Mendel for her 2nd. Not a shooting foul.
They'll get Lexi with the foul. I didn't see the contact because it looked like to me that she took the step right before she got to Lexi. I didn't, I don't. Maybe she got her leg out there just a little bit. I didn't see the contact first.
It wasn't a lot, that's for sure. As the inbound goes to Kelly, right corner. Work it over to Hightower in that same corner, replacing Kelly. So you go up top to Williams. 2:40 remaining in the game, and almost a steal by Lexi Mendel on the lazy pass from Williams to Pibashi. Knocked out of bounds with 2:39 remaining in the game. And Anadarko still with the 54-26 lead, but the Boomers have played them even in the second half. Top of the key, Walker. She gets it left wing now after a pass. 3, that's a brick off the glass. Rebound though underneath, Hightower right to her. She puts it back up and in. Hightower able to kind of be in the right place, right time. It's her 9th point of the game. Lead back to 30 for Anadarko, 56-26, 2:18 remains in the game. Mendel top the key for the Boomers. It's a high screen, goes right wing. Still picked up by Hightower. She has the dribble, trying to fire it into the paint. Hightower bats the pass. And they say last touch by Anadarko or by the Boomers. I think it was by Anadarko, and Hightower a little slow to get up as she collided pretty good there with Mendel. Mendel, I think, got the better of that exchange as she looks like she's fine in terms of Mendel. So
yeah, she took a shot. She took a shot from Mendel. I don't know.
Like hip to rib. Not intentional by Mendel. They were both trying to go for the ball, but it's not a great feeling if you're Hightower taking a strong hip right to the ribs.
Yeah, I could tell it was ribs or maybe her back because the way she was arching her back.
Maybe the lower back, Yeah.
Looks like she's going to walk it off, try to figure out.
Boomers do keep the possession, as it'll be Floyd on the right side of the baseline near the corner as she'll throw it out to Mendel. And out pass a bit too strong, stolen away by Walker. Does keep it inbound right side. Goes up to Kaladi back into the game. They swing it around left wing. 3 on the way from Williams. That's a tad strong on the right side. Rebound picked up by Mendel as Boomers push ahead to Riley Douglas Fisher. Right side dumps in the paint to Barra. She takes some contact, shot a bit off. Backside rebound by Douglas Fisher. Cleans it up off the glass and in. It's Riley with 9 tonight. Boomers trail 56-28 with a minute 35 remaining. Anadarko across the timeline with Pibashi, double team. Goes left wing to Kaladi. Boomers trying to run some trap now if they can in the corner. Anadarko, though, finds Kelly low and open on the left block. She flips it up and in. So Anadarko not fazed by that pressure. It's Kelly with 8. Anadarko back at 30, 58-28. Down to minute 13 left in the game. Douglas Fisher on the right wing. Tries to go on the back left block to Stinnett, who was open momentarily, but a nice steal by Williams for Anadarko in the paint. Zone control with exactly a minute left across the timeline. On the dribble, it is Walker. She'll simply feed high right wing to Picotti. Anadarko going to try to drain that clock a bit, not any hurt as they work the trio high. And oh, good steal attempt by Floyd, does come up with it as she crosses over on Walker. Walker, though, able to get inside, rip it away, and she comes up with the steal. Gets it back for Anadarko, pushes ahead to Kaladi, left wing, and picks up her drill, and a foul, they say, on Stinnett. So that will be, I believe, her second. It is. It's Michaela Stinnett with her second. 34 seconds remains. And now some wholesale substitutions by Woodward. As they've got 6 on the court, somebody's got to come off, girls. And Colt tells Michelle, hey, we're good. So it's Ava Miller, Bailey Nelson, Stinnett, Colt in for the Boomers, as well as Ella Howard, the freshman, seeing her first time tonight. Anadarko with possession. It's Pibashi, top of the key. So they've got some fresh faces in. Kelly dumps it down on the right block, and put it up is Ileana Hernandez. Her first basket of the night and her first few seconds. 60-28, Anadarko in the final 15 seconds lead. The Boomers with it, left wing. Nelson drives, gets off the glass, and then a good take by Bailey Nelson. She's got 9 tonight. 60-30. Anadarko with 5 seconds. They're just going to cross the timeline, hold the ball, and that will do it for the ball game. Anadarko tonight. We'll step aside for a break. Come back with your post-game stats. We're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92 and Boomer TV.
Tired of complicated Wi-Fi management? Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi makes it easy. With Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi, you can set your Wi-Fi password, view all your connected devices, and even run speed tests all from your phone. Need to set up parental controls? No problem. Simple, smart, secure. Stay connected and in control with Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi. Visit GoPioneer.com to learn more.
You tackle an endless to-do list every day. It may seem like a thankless job, but you know better. It's the little things that matter most. That's why you'll appreciate the enduring value of the Michelin Defender tire. Designed for doers like you, Michelin's longest-lasting tire keeps you on the go longer, so you have one less thing to worry about on your next road trip. Stop in today for miles of uncompromised safety and performance. Visit your local Michelin dealer, High Plains Tire, at 2220 Main in Woodward.
And back at Anadarko as the girls' game has gone final. The Lady Warriors defeat the Boomers tonight, 60-30, doubling up Woodward and Anadarko, now 3-0 on the season. Woodward falls to 0-3. We'll take a look at your post-game stats here. Of note, it was at the half 44-14. But Eric, these teams played to 16-16 draw in the second half. Anadarko still playing with a lot of their starters in that second half. Talk about that in the second. Leading scorer for Anadarko was Heaven Haywood. She had 18 points on the night. That all came in the first half. Boomers held her scoreless in the second. She actually fouled out in the second half. Tasia Hightower with 9, True Kelly with 8, and then 6 apiece for Carson Kaladi and Linnea Williams for Anadarko, leading scorers there. For the Boomers leading the way, it was Riley Douglas Fisher and Bailey Nelson tonight with 9 apiece. Got Lexi Mendel with 8. And then some of your other scorers there, Caitlin Culp with a bucket, as well as Michelle Ibarra, your scorers for the Boomers. First half wasn't great, Eric, but did a lot of good things in that second half. You played with some good spirit. You kind of got out of that sluggishness that you started with in the second half. And, you know, we see Alexi Mendel, Bailey Nelson, and Briley Douglas Fisher kind of stepping up and saying, hey, we're going to keep giving that effort despite the situation.
Yeah, that's a lot of what you just said, the sluggishness coming out. You know, they came out, I think I even mentioned it about a minute and a half into the third quarter. It's like, man, I don't like body language, kind of the way we're coming out, and then all of a sudden it just kind of picked up. You know, and if you take the kind of the main core out of Anadarko away in that second half, you know, the Boomers really outplayed them in the second half. I think overall, yeah, kind of going on to the kind of the rebounding, we talked about how the rebounding total that Anadarko had a one rebound advantage over the Boomers. Boomers finished with 27 boards. Anadarko finished with 24 boards. So the Boomers out-rebounded in the second half. They only allowed 9 offensive boards. The one area that really, you know, that hurt the Boomers tonight, and I think the way Anadarko scored early in the first half, they were hitting their shots, and that's what helped stretch open the lead. But the Boomers had 26 turnovers to just 12 for Anadarko tonight. So you know, that's one area that really, I think, kind of helped spread the difference as well.
For sure, and I think when we get to our Bank of Western Oklahoma player of the game, talked about this one, came in agreement, not necessarily the leading scorer tonight, but did a lot throughout the game. We're going to go with Lexi Mendel. Played probably her best game in terms of confidence. We mentioned in the pregame that her and Briley Douglas Fisher were going to kind of take more of a share of those ball handler duties, and a lot of times, especially in that first half when there wasn't a lot going, Lexi was the one pushing the pace and getting some things done for the Boomers.
Yeah, and I was really impressed with, you know, like you said, the confidence that Lexi had tonight. That's what time it felt like at times it lacked in the first 2 games, where she wasn't afraid to take the ball. She was going to take the ball to the hoop. She was going to try to draw the foul. She made a couple really tough passes underneath. One I could think of to Briley Douglas Fisher. I know she had Bailey underneath on the block at one point. You know, she drew some fouls. She drew some hard fouls. So I was just impressed overall with the way Lexi played. And I think that's, you know, Briley didn't play her best game tonight. And I think when you can get Lexi to play that, Briley starts playing, you know, she puts it together a full game for her. You know, Bailey didn't play too bad tonight. She showed a lot of good things.
Second half on up with 9 points.
In the second half, you know, so that's where, you know, I think once all of that can kind of come together, the Boomers are going to be competitive in these ball games.
Bank of Western Oklahoma goes beyond banking no matter where you are. The Bank of Western Oklahoma is always close. Find a location near you at bankofwesternoklahoma.com. We go with Lexi Mendel for the Bank of Western Oklahoma player of the game for the girls' side. With that said, we'll step aside, come back, get you set for the boys as it's Anadarko taking on Woodward to close the night. You're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92 and Boomer TV.
For more than a century, Bank of Western Oklahoma has stood by our communities, understanding the unique culture and values that make Western Oklahoma special. As a locally owned and operated bank since 1908, we're not just bankers, we're your neighbors. We've seen generations grow, businesses flourish, and farms thrive. And we've been there every step of the way. Trust in a bank that shares your roots and works as hard as you do. Bank of Western Oklahoma, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
And back at Anadarko as we get you set for the boys game here on KFZE FM Woodward Z92. And this should be a pretty fun matchup. Obviously, we talked about the boys suffered a bit of a setback for Woodward against Weatherford, but you're going to see a lot of teams do that. It's kind of like playing Elgin in football this year. It doesn't matter how good you think you are. Elgin usually came out a lot better. They're playing, by the way, for the 4A state championship on Saturday against Tuttle. That ought to be a heck of a clash. But looking at the Woodward boys now 1-1 on the season. After that 80-40 loss to Weatherford, Walker Kennedy, the Sage twins, C.J. Nixon, too much for Woodward in the end. Caden Gaines did lead Woodward in scoring with 11 points. He had 25 in the opener, so he's averaging 18 points a game right now. Anadarko, though, we mentioned it in the girls' pregame. Boy, what a squad they are, returning 3 of their 5 starters from that quarterfinal team last year in 4A. Trent Walker back. He averaged 12 last year. Jabin Bray, he averaged 11. He's back. Look at Jordan Cage, 10 points a game. The junior's back, or the now senior, And Jalen Posse, the one big thing for him tonight, he averaged 10 a game last year. Senior injured right now, so he's not playing to start the season. That hasn't slowed down Anadarko. They're 2-0 on the year, beat Cash and Wewoka 61-23 and 67-40. Last week, Coach Doug Schumpert, again legendary in Oklahoma high school basketball on the boys' side, most all-time wins among active coaches, nearing 800 total. And it's just a team that is going to be well coached. They're going to be fundamentally sound, and they're not going to blow you away. But boy, they're going to go out there and execute, Eric.
Yeah, it really their athleticism. You know, that's one thing that this team, Anadarko, always has is really good athletes. And like you said, they're going to be fundamental. They're going to execute. They're going to move well off the ball. And that's why, you know, Boomer's going to have to pay attention to guys sneaking around the backside and not not lose your man. Boomers kind of pride themselves in playing defense, and you know, this is that game where they can really show themselves and how good they are defensively.
And I'm curious, quite honestly, to see what answer Anadarko has for a Caden Gaines. 6'7", tallest guy when you look at Anadarko's roster that's going to play tonight. Standing at 6'2". They're two tall guys. Passy, the senior, he's 6'4", obviously injured. And then Caleb Shook, another senior you would see come off the bench for them, also 6'4", also injured. That's their two big deals right now. So they don't have a guy over 6'2" in that starting lineup. And I wouldn't say that, you know, that's a huge deal, but, you know, when you look at the Weatherford game, Weatherford was able to look at Caden Gaines and say, hey, we've got two Sage twins that are 6'7". They'll swap off on you. If they get tired for whatever reason trying to face guard you, oh, by the way, we got Mr. C.J. Nixon, OU commit, defensive all-star, you know, 6'7", 6'8". He's solid. So
yeah,
they had options. Anadarko kind of doesn't. I'm curious to see how they play it.
Yeah, Caden's height, you know, this is one of those games where it's really going to play advantage because, you know, like you said, they don't really have anybody that can get up in his face so he can see over guys. He's got such a he's so long in general. His shot, you know, he high points it really well.
Now, you know, we mentioned Anadarko, this being a well-coached team, and they're going to be patient. Famously last year, if you pay attention, Anadarko lost to Weatherford 4-2.
Is that last year or the year before? I think it might have been the year before.
Was it CJ's sophomore year? Surely not.
Yeah,
either way, within the last two seasons, one of the two.
Because I think the shot clock conversation really started before last year, and that was kind of the game that really got.
Now you're going to have to make me double check. Either way, last time that Anadarko Weatherford matched up, or the first time that season, I should say, Anadarko played snell ball. No shot clock, obviously, so they held it. Part of that was Weatherford, for whatever reason, elected not to apply the pressure, but it illustrates the fact that Anadarko is going to be a patient team. They're not afraid to sit there and work at a solid 30, 45 seconds in the half court if that is what is needed. So for the Boomers tonight, you got to think trying to generate that pressure and get Anadarko uncomfortable is going to have to be a big key if you want to take down the number 5 team in Class 3A.
Yeah, and that's why coaches like Coach Shumpert are so successful, is teaching that discipline, keeping the kids on the floor, playing disciplined, fundamental basketball. And like you said, the Boomers are going to have to, you know, really do what they can to frustrate them. And I think that, you know, I think the Boomers, there were even a few times against Weatherford where they kind of frustrated Weatherford. Weatherford wasn't expecting them to kind of put up the fight that they're, you know, you look at that 40-point difference and you're like, oh man, that was a 40-point game. But there was a lot of fight. There was a lot of fight by the Boomers in that game. And, you know, if they had some shots that were able to fall, it would have been a lot closer game. And I think they have the ability to frustrate the Anadarko team.
And you were right. It was 2 seasons ago. Jeez, time is flying. Holy smokes. Felt like last year on that. Either way.
I'm older than wiser than you, Tyler. So
definitely older, that. Wiser. Oh, no, you probably are. You probably are. But no, you know, this Woodward team's young. This is another one of those stepping blocks, if you will, early season. Say, okay, we saw where we were against Weatherford. Now we get to see one of the top 3A teams and where we're at with that. Yeah, it's different classes, but this Anadarko team, for the most part, has been a 4A program. They were a 4A team last year and have been that for the better part, you know, of a decade, kind of in and out. So you're battling a team that, all told, is kind of along your strength, you think, in terms of attendance, numbers, things of that nature. And this is a game, Eric, where, you know, we mentioned some of the injuries for Anadarko. This is where you kind of hope that Woodward depth, you know, is able to shine at the end of the day. You've got 8 to 10 players that legitimately, when they touch the floor, you feel good about them playing.
Yeah, you know, that's for sure. And that's the thing is, like, overall, you know, there's a lot of depth for the Boomers. And again, I think as these kids, and I say kids because you got a lot of sophomores you play. You got some
still young. Yeah,
you got some freshmen that are, you know, that are sitting there on the varsity bench. You know, they've already seen time this year. So, you know, as these kids continue to grow, continue to work, you know, it just shows the depth. I was watching the JV, you know, and Woodward. There's a lot of times we say, oh, we don't have the numbers. The numbers just aren't there. Why aren't the numbers there? JV, without the varsity guys sitting there, filled up the whole bench.
Yeah, and we're able to play 10 different guys.
Right,
I mean,
exactly.
that you could say, okay, probably belonged on the floor.
Yeah, and so, you know, depth is, especially going into next year, is not going to be a problem for the Boomers. They've got a couple young kids coming up that are going to add a lot to this team. So, you know, it's exciting to see this within the Boomer program.
R5 Custom Embroidery. When you work with R5, you count on a quick, fun, and enjoyable process with results that consistently exceed expectations. Go chat with 817 Main Street in Woodward or call 580-256-3579. Also, Western Drug, 1021 Oklahoma Avenue in Woodward. They've got a friendly and caring staff, a drive-through window that is awfully convenient as well. Always excellent service, 580-256-5586. And Salem State Bank, they've now got a branch in Woodward, new location, 2314 Williams Avenue. Salem State Bank Woodward branch offers full-service banking, including personal checking, savings, home and commercial loans, mobile and online banking, wire transfers, and much more. Salem State Bank, R5, and Western Drug, powering Boomer Sports this season on KMZ FM Woodward. We'll get ready for the starting lineups here in just a second. Boomers wearing, similar to the girls, the road black uniforms, as they'll have black tops, black bottoms, got a bit of white and gold trimming, and have the gold numbers trimmed in white for the Boomers tonight. And Anadarko will wear their, trimmed white. Anadarko will wear their home white uniforms. I was going white on white, confusing myself there for a minute. But anyways, Anadarko will wear their home white uniforms, similar to girls, yellow and purple trimming on the jerseys and tops. And here are your starting lineups.
A senior, number 0, Carter Reed. A senior, number 3, Carter Price. A freshman, number 20, Katie Gaines. A junior, number 24, Paige Hudson. And a senior, number 45.
And there were your starters for both squads for the Boomers. The starting lineup we've seen throughout the first few games. Caden Gaines, Carter Reed, Gage Hutchins, Connor Sunderland, and Connor Price for the Boomers. For the Anadarko side, it was Trent Walker, Jordan Cage, Joseph Wesley, Jabin Bray, and Hayden Barnes. The 5 for game's going to happen. So Anadarko gets first bucket. They lead 2-0. 7:30 remain in first quarter. As the Boomers back the other way, Price left wing, corner, Sunderland. He'll take the 3 quickly. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Rebound, though, taken by Carter Reed. Little step back, left block, that's off. Kate Gaines with the one-handed pushback, too strong as well. Anadarko with the board. Couple looks don't go down for the Boomers as Cage raises to the right wing, and he'll feed back to Walker, who will slow things down for the offense. Picked up by Price, right side. He'll flip it to Wesley, trying to get into the paint. That's off by Barnes, picked up by Price. And a little miscommunication there as Reed tried to hand it back to Price and it just slowly rolls out of bounds in front of the Anadarko bench.
Yeah, I think
Kane swinging it left side to Wesley. He'll feed it top the key back to Kane by Wesley. So push ahead for Anadarko. Bray tries to pass it down on the gave him the green light. He's using it earlier this season.
Yes, he has the green light. I think sometimes I just kind of wish you.
Hey, you tell a big man to shoot, he's going to shoot. All right, inbound for Anadarko as Walker takes it. So slow it up, look over to Coach Shumpert. On the floor, not a shooting foul. Reed wanted it to be a shooting foul, not the case. There's water over there. I thought he was getting subbed out.
I thought maybe that was a shooting foul, but
yeah, not the case, they say. So inbounds, goes to King Gaines, top the key, pulls up right elbow in some traffic. That shot just rims out. Rebound taken by Anadarko. It's fed ahead to Bray through some traffic right side. As pick up his dribble, Hutchins gives it to Walker. They give it to Walker, top the key. He was nearly in the backcourt, had to lose the handle for a second. As they work it over in the left wing down on the block to Walker. His shot just rims out. Rebound picked up by Hutchins for the Boomers. Feeds over to Carter, left side. He'll drive baseline, cut off by Barnes on the block. Turn around, fade away from Reed, and that falls. Tough shot for Carter Reed goes.
That's a shot he's been working on all summer, so it's good to see that.
He said if you give him that mid-range, he's going to eat. 12-4, Anadarko with the lead and possession. Walker top the key. So he's picked up by Connor Price. 3:35 remaining first quarter. Right corner, Bray another 3 and nails it. Can't leave Jabin Bray open. He's got 10 of the 15 for Anadarko, 2 threes. Boomers trail 15-4, 3:25 first quarter as Reed top the key with it. Gets the screen. He'll pull up straight away for the 3. That's a bit long. Rebound fought for, taken underneath by Cage. Under Caden Gaines. When I say under, I mean he kind of snuck under his armpit. So Anadarko back the other way with 3:10 remaining first quarter. Walker, the slow dribble, goes to Barnes, top of the key. He'll try to dump it down underneath the Cage, who did get great position on Carter Reed. Cage capitalized with his first basket. And Anadarko almost forces the turnover. His pass a bit wild by the Boomers.
Yeah, Boomers going to have to be a little bit more physical on the defensive end than they are. I know in that situation there was a mismatch underneath, and Carter, kind of knew that if he tried to do too much, he was going to draw the foul. But, overall, I feel like the Boomers need to work a little bit harder defensively.
On the inbounds, Gaines draws triple coverage, finds Hutchins on the right block. Nice pass, nice basket by Hutchins. He's got 4 of the 6, makes it 17-6 Boomers trail. 2:40 remaining first quarter is Anadarko with possession. Cage now the ball handler as Walker got subbed out. Cage right wing trying to drive on Hutchins. Kicks left wing to heads pass a little off the mark, tipped. Eventually, though, picked up by Anadarko. They go to Bray, top the key, thought about the 3. Instead, feeds over to Cage. He'll go into the paint from the left side and through some traffic, flies in for the layup off the glass and in. Cage with 4. 19-6. Anadarko on top, Boomers the other way. As Price, left wing, dumps it down to Sunderland in some traffic, and they wave it off and say Sunderland traveled. Unfortunately, he's trying to collect it and just took a couple steps. So Sunderland will step out. Jake Graff comes in for the Boomers.
I will say I don't know if they're letting them play or what, but we just watched Canes pull out Caden's jersey two times on that possession. So that's, you can tell that, the what Caden brings to this team. It's already frustrating Anadarko. Hopefully at some point they're going to get called for that.
Head with possession for Anadarko, top of the key, playing some catch with Cage. 2 minutes remaining first quarter. Cage underneath, right side, trying to go up and under on Gaines, and that shot off the mark. Anadarko with the board, though. They get to Bray. Right corner, another three. That one too strong. Gaines with the rebound for the Boomers. He'll flip it ahead to Graff. Graff 2-on-1. Just takes it for the layup himself and puts it in. Another good lead pass by Kate Gaines. Graff with his first basket. Makes it 19-8, minute 35 first quarter. Anadarko the other way quickly. Gaines got a piece of a shot that was attempted by Toya Koya. That's off the mark. Rebound by the Boomers. Graff feeds down to Gaines. Two-handed flush for Kate Gaines. His first basket. 19-10. Boomers starting to find some life late first quarter with a minute 20 remaining. Across the timeline goes Cage, picked up by Hutchins. Nice little crossover, gets to the free throw line, spins to the right block, has the stop, sees Cage coming for him.
Good defense by Gage.
Feeds out to the top of the key to Head, and he travels with it on the left elbow. Good defense by Connor Price, forces the turnover. And now a timeout taken by the Boomers as Coach Gaines wants to talk about it for the squad. M&D Enterprises and Lawnmower Shop for your best lawn, porch, or patio. M&D Enterprises and Lawnmower Shop are your people. They carry everything you need to make your greenscape that little piece of heaven you've always dreamed of. Locations in Woodward, Ken, and Weatherford. M&D powering Boomer Sports this season. Wasn't a timeout, just was a little substitution. It took a minute, is what it was. So Boomer is right wing as Gaines tries to take the shot, and he's fouled. Is that a 3-point foul?
I think it's going to be a 3-point foul, almost a 4-point play, because it looks like that ball's about to fall. But you know they're doing everything they can to keep Caden from getting a wide open opportunity. He's getting a lot of physical play tonight. He's fighting through it.
And that's something he's just going to have to get used to for his whole career. That's how he's going to be treated. That's evident early. 57 seconds remaining first quarter as Gaines does get 3 free throws. He makes the first, and the foul was on Jabin Bray, his first, team second for Anadarko. Second free throw for Gaines. That one rattles home as well. He's been our best free throw shooter on the season this fall. 19-12, Boomers trail. Started down 10-0, so they've won the back half of this quarter. Third free throw, I should say, falls for Gaines as well. Makes all 3, 5 points. And now a double dribble by Trent Walker off the inbounds with no pressure. So Anadarko with a quick turnover. As we're going to see, thought we were going to see Colt Moore, not the case. Coach Gaines says, hold on a minute, as they'll get Barnes back in for Anadarko, taking out Toya Koya.
Yeah, I think she recognizes the fact that Anadarko's playing a little bit of frustrated, so let's leave people out there to see what happens.
Graff feeds it to Reed below the free throw line, off the back iron, dead, and it falls in for Carter Reed, a tough jumper there. As he's got 4, the Boomers make it a 4-point game, 19-15, 40 seconds remaining first quarter. Walker across the timeline for Anadarko, goes to Head, high left wing, on the right side to Bray. Now they're playing a little weave action, just passing back and forth up top, too high. 25 seconds remaining first quarter. So with the patience we were talking about, they'll kind of try to wear you out on this and find a gap.
Yeah, try to lull you to sleep, and then as the clock runs out, they're going to try to attack the basket.
Graff forcing the action on Walker. Right side to Bray, back to Walker. Bray on the give and go, gets to the baseline, and they step out of bounds on the dribble. He did with 11 seconds remaining in the quarter. That's got Coach Shumpert a little fired up because you don't want to make those type of mistakes. So the Boomers will have 11 seconds to try to push it down the court. As Reed flips it into Price. 9, still not near the timeline. Gets there with 6. Down to 5 seconds, has pressure Walker. 3, he's going to have to just heave it up. No, it's going to be Hutchins at the buzzer, right side, and that's way off the mark. And that's how we end the first quarter. Woodward storms back to make it a 4-point game, 19-15 after 1. Anadarko with the lead. We'll step aside. You're listening to Boomer Basketball on Boomer TV and Z92.
Life never stops moving. Between the 30-minute commutes, daycare pickups, and that weekend trip to Grandma's, you're racking up the miles. What you need is a tire that can keep up, like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety you expect, you can lose track of the miles and focus on what really matters, the memories made along the way. Stop in today at 2220 Main in Woodward to see your local Michelin dealer. Pipe Lanes Tire.
This back-to-school season, give your home the connection it deserves with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Experience the power of Wi-Fi 6 technology for smoother streaming, gaming, and learning. And with the Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi app, managing your home network is a breeze. Choose from multiple plans with symmetrical speeds for lightning-fast uploads and downloads. Get your family school-ready with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Sign up today at gopioneer.com.
trailed 10-0 to start that quarter, and over the last 3 minutes of it, made a 9-2 run to bring it back within 4.
Yeah, and pretty much right on cue whenever I said, the Boomers need to start picking it up a little bit on the defensive side and pressure them. I think that, they started to do that, frustrating Anadarko, and, force some uncharacteristic turnovers by the Warriors.
Warriors with the possession, top of the key, drive by Walker, pretty left-handed layup goes down for Trent Walker. Start the second quarter for Anadarko. He's got 5. 21-15. Darko with the lead. Boomers back with it. Left wing Hutchins goes top of the key to Graff. Price, left corner, takes the 3, and that rattles home. Connor Price with his first basket of the game makes it 21-18. Price with the big 3. As Boomers trying to keep even as close as they can with Anadarko. Walker top of the key, feeds to Canes, left side. Hutchins, tight defense. Canes tries to drive. Gaines flies over and affects the shot. It's too strong. Rebound picked up by the Boomers as Reed gets on the fast break, pulls up mid-range at the free throw line. That just pops out, and Jake Graff able to draw the foul as he skies for the board over Jabin Bray, who I believe gets his second foul. See if that is the case.
Second chance opportunities for the Boomers. That's the 4th offensive rebound for the Boomers tonight.
Yeah, and it's it's the opposite of the girls, right? The Boomers have the size advantage here, especially with King Gaines on the court. Elsewise, they're at least even, if not bigger. And it's Gaines inbounding beneath the left block to Graff in the corner. Worked up top to Price, and now an offensive foul underneath, they say, on the Boomers. And I think they did get Carter Reed as he was away from the ball. So the Boomers, despite getting the second chance, effectively give it up on the offensive foul. 7 minutes remains in the first half. Anadarko with the 21-18 lead over Woodward. As it'll be Cange, left side. He'll hand off to Roosevelt Lone Wolf. His first pass into the right corner. Just nobody there. Miscommunication was intended for Jabin Bray, but Bray popped back up to the wing instead of the corner. So Boomers get it back. 6:45, I should say, remain in the half. Trailing 21-18. Could tie on this possession or cut it to 1. Price, right wing, looking to drive on Roosevelt, and they're going to call a foul on Roosevelt. Lone Wolf, who was a little too much body into Price. So his second of the quarter for Anadarko.
Yeah, pretty much as soon as you kind of extend that hip instead of moving the feet, their officials look at indicators, and that's one of the indicators on a situation like that they look at.
A couple of substitutions for Anadarko as Bray will come out, as well as Lone Wolf. Wesley back in. And also head in. On the inbounds goes Carter Reed, left corner for 3, looking for the tie. That's too strong. And then a foul on the backside on Jake Graff, they say, on the rebound attempt. So it's Graff's first foul. Didn't look like a ton of contact, but they called.
Yeah, you can almost argue there may have been an offensive foul more than a defensive foul in that situation. But
so 21-18 still. Anadarko with the lead. 6:25 remaining in the half. That's top of the key. With it was Wesley. Hands it off to Walker. He'll take the straightaway 3. That's too strong. Long rebound goes to Hutchins. Boomers will push. Graff across the timeline. Trying to find Carter Reed. Baseline, he does. Reed on the block, trying to dig in. He gets swatted at. It's on the floor. Who's got it? It's going to be a jump ball in possession, or keeps it with Woodward. Reed had worked himself into some decent position, but it was good defense by Walker underneath.
I'll tell you this, the Boomers are frustrating. And maybe Anadarko's getting a little tired or whatever, but, yet again, I saw a Boomer get by Anadarko defender. He reached out and grabbed the jersey to try to slow him down.
Reed takes the inbound pass about the free throw line, digs it down to Hutchins between some bodies, tries to put up the layup attempt. That's a little off the mark. Rebound taken by Anadarko as it'll be Cange pushing down the left wing, gives to Walker. In transition, 3, steps in and nails it. That was deep by Walker. This makes it 24-18. His second 3, he's got 8. As Boomers work it to Gaines, right corner to Price, kicking out left side. Hutchins trying to answer with his left wing 3 and gets it down. Gage Hutchins with 7. 24-21, Darko leads with 5:30 remaining in the half. Boomers have stormed back from a 10-0 deficit early. They made this one a game. Cange, top of the key for the Warriors, attacking on Hutchins. Goes right wing to head. He drives to the free throw line, cut off. Has it working back out as Cange takes it again. He's at the free throw line, dribbling, kicks it left wing. 3 on the way for Anadarko. That's offline. Attempted by Pendarvis, and now a foul on Anadarko on the rebound, and Connor Price gets sent to the floor. And that will be on Cage, his first.
Hey, Connor flew in there to get the rebound and took a shot right on that foul. And, you know, I thought maybe they were going to get Connor because he came in there so quickly and made took that hard foul, but at least they get, you know, it went to the bad guys. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Connor Price steps out. Cole Reed comes into the game. He's got a left wing for the Boomers. Now he takes a bump, and that's going to be the fourth foul on Anadarko in the quarter with still 4:58 remaining. One more, the Boomers will be shooting free throws. That goes to Head, his first for Anadarko. Boomers trail 24-21. It will be Hutchins inbounding beneath the left block. Throws it free the line to Reed. Back to Hutchins on the right block. Up top to Reed, trying to get some space. Tough defense by Walker. He's double teamed, has a handoff to Gaines. Gaines just in traffic. A really tough shot, draws the foul. Probably not an advice shot from Coach Gaines, but Caden able to draw the foul out of it anyways.
But that's one of those situations like we talked about with his height.
Yeah. His release point is so much different than
the ball is so much higher that he can go in there and take that contact, not worry about getting blocked, you know, and try to draw the foul.
Second foul on Wesley, and more importantly, the fifth in the quarter now for Anadarko. Boomers in the bonus the rest of the half as Gaines makes the first free throw. He's got 6 with 4:47 remaining in the half. Boomers trail 24-22. See Colt Moore get his first action tonight as he takes out Carter Reed. Sophomore football star of the season for the Boomers, a wide receiver, was electric. Second free throw coming for Gaines, and he'll splash that one as well. He's made all his free throws as he's got 7. The Boomers trail by 1. Quickly other way from Anadarko. Quick 3 triggered by Walker. He nails it in the left corner. Can't give him any space. He's got 11. 27-23. Darko back to a 4-point lead. Graff trying to drive into the paint. He's a little wild, but gets fouled on the way. And Jake Graff forcing the issue. He'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots. And that's just knowing from a sophomore that, hey, they've got a couple of fouls. If I get into there and draw one, I get free throws.
Yeah, and, you know, and I've talked about it multiple times. They've talked about it during basketball season or football season.
Yeah.
How, you know, Jake's not afraid to drive to the basket whenever he has an opening. You know, he's going to try to take it to the hole, and if he has to take a shot to get to the line, he will.
His free throw attempt, though, no good as the foul is charged to Kylan Wall, his first. That's the one thing the Boomers, both sides, early in the season, free throw shooting's got to be a little bit cleaner. Outside of Caden Gaines, guys have been a little inconsistent.
Yeah, both teams really struggled from the line.
In a game like this, where you're points away, you need all of them. So Graff trying to get his second free throw attempt down. And that one a bit strong, off the mark. Rebound taken by Anadarko as it'll be boarded by Pendarvis. As he'll work up to Cage, fires a pass down to Walker in the paint and gets the and one. Does Trent Walker. And he's been all over the place in this first half. He's got 13 already. And we'll go to the line to try to tack on one more. And that foul on Connor Price is first.
That's an example of what we were talking about how well Anadarko moves off the ball.
Yeah.
You know, and they try to, whenever you, and how well they've been shooting tonight also opens up those opportunities for them to sneak underneath because everybody has to come out to respect the three-point shot.
And Walker does sink the free throw. He's got 14 in this first half of the 30 for Anadarko. They lead 30-23. Price the other way. He'll drive right baseline, kick it out up top. Moore for 3, nearly straight away. That's off the right side, pops out left. Rebound skied forward by Head, and Anadarko, they'll take it the other way. Pendarvis loses the handle, picked up by Carter Reed on the steal. 4:05 remaining in the half. Reed in some traffic on the dribble. Needs some help. Finds Colt Moore cutting. Moore challenges to the paint and gets the shot over Walker to go. Colt Moore with a nice cut, directed by Carter Reed. So 30-25. Boomers keep it within 5. It's top of the key Walker. He's been dangerous. 14. He'll just tack to the paint. Now Gaines tries to get the swat. He does. And then a foul on the floor is Price able to get the board and draw the foul. Caden Gaines, he rotated that time and saw it coming.
Yeah, and he does such a good job of understanding, of timing the opportunity. He had 3 blocks against Elk City. You know, he had a couple the other night, not nearly as many. You know, but we talked about the height difference that Weatherford has, you know, against the Boomers. But you know, he read it perfectly there.
And that's the second foul on Kylan Wall, who fouled Price on the rebound. Price makes the first free throw, so the Boomers pull it back to 4, 30-26, 3:41 remaining first half. Second free throw by Price, that rattles in. He's got 5. As Anadarko works in the right corner quickly to Walker. He'll back it out of that corner to high right wing. Trying to tackle Colt Moore on the drive. They're going to say gets bumped. Looked like he lost the handle momentarily, but they'll say Colt Moore bumped him. On the floor, just the 4th of the quarter for Woodward. No free throws. First on Colt Moore of the game.
Not a lot of contact. He didn't really kind of knock him off his line, so I don't know, kind of where the foul was, but it happens.
As Hutchins steps in for Moore. Anadarko inbounds it on the right wing to Cage. Guarded by Reed, trying to drive into the paint. Pulls up, turnaround jumper. Oh, Caden Gaines, that was a late block attempt. The Anadarko fans want goaltending, but I think that was offline enough it didn't matter. That was close.
That was close.
He swatted it out.
And it may have been the angle from that we're seeing. I thought maybe it was going to be a goaltend. I was waiting for it, but
called a block for now as Anadarko does keep the possession. Cage, top of the key, kicks out Walker. Left wing, another three. This one just pops out. Gaines with the rebound for the Boomers. He'll flip ahead to Hutchins. Hutchins bounces it to Gaines and tries to, no call on a potential blocker charge there. They let it play. The shot missed by Gaines. Cage had tried to absorb a charge, and now the Boomers foul near half court on Walker, who's trying to push the tempo of the chaos. 2:59 remaining in the half, so unfortunately for the Boomers, that's the 5th of the quarter. Walker heads the line for 2 free throws as Hutchins gets his first foul.
I think that's
interesting no call. I mean, could almost went either way there.
Yeah, and I think that may have been a charge. I think Boomers and Caton got away with one there, but I'll definitely take it.
First free throw by Walker is good. So he's got 15 of the 31 for Anadarko in this first half, as they lead 31-27 over the Boomers. Been back and forth in this school affair. Second free throw for Walker. That one goes as well. So he's got 16. Boomers back the other way with Price. Right wing. Kicks it left side. Cole Reed trying to drive baseline. Pulls up. Tough angle shot. Just leaks out. Hutchins trying to fight for the board, but it goes to Walker. He's on the baseline. Double team and has the call of the timeout. Smart move by the senior, knowing he was kind of trapped in that moment. Smith & Co. Auction and Realty, Oklahoma's real estate and land auction experts. Smith & Co. is your #1 choice for all your land auctions and real estate needs. Call 580-254-3975 or email ira@smithcorealestate.com. Great Plains Bank, Heritage, Trust, Respect, those are the things that make Great Plains Bank great. Deep roots across Oklahoma and Texas. They're in touch with the communities in which their customers live and work. And Compass Athletics, from sports equipment to championship trophies, everything in between. Visit them 2024 Main Street, Woodward, or call 580-256-7045. Compass Athletics, Great Plains Bank, Smith & Co. powering Boomer Sports this season. Out of the timeout, Anadarko will have the possession as Trent Walker called a timeout. He's trapped on the baseline, his own baseline, by the Boomers. Burn that timeout. 2:42 remaining in the half. Anadarko leads 32-27. Boomers have trailed by as much as 10, and since have pulled it back to within most of the time 5-4, somewhere in there. As cross timeline goes Cage, guarded tightly by Reed on the high left wing. Both Reeds, I should say. Gets the quarter to head, takes the three. That's off the mark backside, picked up by Hutchins on the board. Flips ahead, does Price to Carter Reed. He'll pull up mid-range with a hand in his face. That's a bit strong. Gaines gets the board underneath and puts it up for the basket, but they called the offensive foul.
Yeah, I think as he wanted to initially go up, he kind of lowered his shoulder into the defender's chest, and that's where the foul came.
So it is his first, team 6. Wiped the points off the board, remains 32-27 in favor of Anadarko as they get the possession. 2:05 remaining in the half. Now the Boomers trying to press a little bit. About 3/4 press as Anadarko breaks it. Oh, I say that, almost a turnover. They do work it to Walker, high right wing. Flips around to Cage. Right block. He puts a little bit of a shoulder into Cole Reed, puts it up for the basket. Good.
Yeah, I think if that would have knocked Cole back a little bit more, there definitely would have been an offensive foul there.
So 6 points for Cage. Anadarko now with the 34-27 advantage. As Hutchins takes the top of the key from Price, he'll just drive into the paint and draws the foul. He was racing in, and Anadarko a little slow to get to him. Gates Hutchins will go to the free throw line, ran into the cameraman, checking with him, making sure he's okay, the photographer. So good on Gates Hutchins. As it'll be the second foul on Jordan Cage of Anadarko. Minute 39 remaining in the half. Boomers trying to pull it back within 5 on these free throws from Hutchins. He's got 7 in this half. First free throw splashes home. And Jake Graff will check into the game for Carter Reed. So you got Cole Reed, Caden Gaines, Gage Hutchins, Jake Graff, and Connor Price, the 5. Second free throw for Hutchins falls as well. So he's got 9. Boomers back within 5, 34-29. Minute 35 remains first half as across the timeline for Anadarko is Pendarvis. Kicks it in the right corner to Wall, trying to drive. Eventually goes over to Head, who's cutting into the paint. Nice little bounce pass underneath. Boomers all over the man, though, but Koya able to put one in for Anadarko. Boomers break out the other way with Hutchins, though, who puts it in himself. So Boomers leak out, get the score. A couple quick ones there as Koya picked up his first basket for Anadarko. 36-31, still a 5-point game. Anadarko back with possession. Minute 5 remaining in the half. Koya left elbow, goes out to Walker. He attacks baseline and gets the layup in. Got past Jake Graff. Gaines just a little late to get to him. Walker with another basket. He's got 18 in this half. Boomers left corner, 3 on the way, and it goes in from Gage Hutchins. A little off balance, but Gage with 14 in this half of the Boomers. He's heating up.
Well, couldn't quite tell if that was an intended assist or an accidental assist, but either way, we'll take it.
We'll take it. 38 seconds remaining in the half. Anadarko with possession, up 34-38. Some collision between Graft and Walker right wing. No call there. As now holding it is Koya for Anadarko. Down to 25 seconds in the half. Coach Shumpert, not a stranger to just, hey, we'll hold it for that final shot. Now Head takes that at the Warrior logo. Feed over to Pendarvis. High right wing, picked up by Hutchins.
I love this old school face guard by Graff.
10 seconds. Graff trying to guard Walker, and he does come up with the steal with 5. Graff racing down the left side lane. Stops, goes for the layup, and gets the bucket. Oh, they call it for a traveling. There is no way.
There is no way that was a travel.
Wow, okay. So they called the travel with 1.8. Graff stopped on the left block, let Walker blow by him. And they called the travel on Graff. That could have been a 2-point game instead. Still remains 4 with just under 2 seconds left. Anadarko trying to inbounds. Gaines able to steal it, heave it up at the buzzer, and that's off the mark. And that is how we end the first half. Boomers keeping it close on Anadarko. 38-34, Anadarko with the lead. You're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92 and Boomer TV.
Feel safe and secure with Arlo Wireless Outdoor Camera, available at Pioneer. Arlo offers top-notch protection with crystal clear video quality, rain or shine. Monitor your home from anywhere with remote smartphone access, whether you're at home or on the go. Arlo keeps you connected to what matters most. Trust Arlo and Pioneer to keep your home safe and secure. Visit GoPioneer.com to get your Arlo wireless cameras today.
You tackle an endless to-do list every day. It may seem like a thankless job, but you know better. It's the little things that matter most. That's why you'll appreciate the enduring value of the Michelin Defender tire. Designed for doers like you, Michelin's longest-lasting tire keeps you on the go longer, so you have one less thing to worry about on your next road trip. Stop in today for miles of uncompromised safety and performance. Visit your local Michelin dealer, High Plains Tire, at 2220 Main in Woodward.
Back at the half, Woodward trailing Anadarko 38-34 at the break. We'll take a look at your High Plains Tire halftime stats. High Plains Tire, visit them at 2220 Main Street in Woodward. It's where your dollar goes further. And a look at those stats for Anadarko leading the way. He's been impressive in this first half. It's Trent Walker has 18 points, 3 threes as well. Jabin Bray had a strong first quarter. He's got 10 points. That's your 2 main lead scorers for Anadarko, also 6 for Jordan Cage. For the Boomers, it's Gage Hutchins. He caught fire in that second quarter. He's got 14 points. We've got King Gaines with 7 in that half. Connor Price with 5. Carter Reed with 4. Jake Graff, Colt Moore, a couple buckets of their own. And what do we got in terms of maybe those reboundings, turnovers, team-wise, Eric?
Yeah, as a team, the Boomers have, looks like they have 13 rebounds, while Anadarko has 13 rebounds as well. The Boomers are really battling there. Assists, Gaines has 3 assists, 2 blocks, and a steal. Carter Reed has an assist and a steal. CP only has 2 assists tonight. Elk City, he went off. I think he had like 7 or 8 assists, and Jake Graff has 2 assists, and then that steal late there in the half. So overall, the Boomers are playing good defense. They've they've only got, I may have missed some, they've only got 3 turnovers, 5 turnovers by Anadarko. But, you know, again, you can't really complain with the way the Boomers have been playing tonight, you know, with the exception of that slow start.
Well, that's the thing. For them to overcome that slow start was pretty impressive. This is, again, an Anadarko team that in 4A last year was a quarterfinalist, right? And on top of that, this year coming into 3A, they're a top 5 team considered in the class, returned 3 of their 5 starters. Yes, one of them not playing tonight, but they've still been dominant in their first 2 games. You could tell, Eric, and you mentioned throughout multiple times that first half, getting a little frustrated. This is kind of the first time they've been tested this season by a team.
Yeah, and again, the Boomers, and I feel like, honestly, the Boomers are playing a lot like they did against Weatherford there tonight, and that just kind of shows the different level that Weatherford is compared to a lot of teams. But, you know, the Boomers are coming out. They're frustrating them. They're forcing Anadarko to make some mistakes. There's been multiple times, like I said, where, you know, getting on the fast break. The Boomers pretty much play on the fast break. Very rarely do they have. The only time they pull it out and they get set up is whenever the fast break is stopped. But, you know, when the Boomers are sprinting down the floor, there's been multiple times where an Anadarko player's reached out to grab a Boomer jersey to try to slow them down. And, you know, that just shows the frustration, but also shows just how the Boomers are just outworking the Warriors. The Warriors got a lot of opportunities on backdoor cuts, things like that, getting to the basket. You know, and that's another example of the aggressiveness the Boomers are showing on the defensive end, that they're getting out on people so far that it's allowing the backdoor cut. You know, that's one thing the Boomers are going to have to pay attention to is, hey, we're getting so high, we're forcing them out, but that means somebody's going to be able to slip behind us.
Well, and you saw, you know, really Trent Walker kind of take advantage of that, to your point, in the second quarter a lot more. First quarter, he was shooting outside, he was hitting those threes, and you saw him get a lot more aggressive in that point you're talking about, where you realized the Boomers were kind of pushing out a bit more defensively, and there was a bit more area to work with in that paint in the second quarter. He definitely took advantage of that. If you missed it earlier, the girls, they did fall to Anadarko 60-30. Boomers on the girls' side now 0-3, Anadarko 3-0. That's a team, though, again, number 2 in Class 3A, very stout. Seniors really good. Heaven Hayward, 18 points. She was phenomenal. Good foul out. The Boomers matched Anadarko in that second half, 16-16. Just a bit too slow of a start, really. Anadarko got on top of them early and was able to control the game. Briley Douglas Fisher, Bailey Nelson led the way with 9 points apiece. And then Lexi Mendel, who was our Bank of Western Oklahoma player of the game for that one, with 8 points in that game for the Boomers. Both teams getting ready to come back out of the locker room, start getting their shots up. We'll step aside for a quick break. Come back, get you ready for the second half. It's Anadarko over Woodward, 38-34 in this boys game. You're listening on Z92 and Boomer TV.
Are you looking for a bank that understands your needs and works as hard as you do? Welcome to Bank of Western Oklahoma, proudly serving our area since 1908, offering free checking with no monthly fees and convenient mobile banking. Whether you're in Cordell, Elk City, Weatherford, Woodward, or any of our 6 locations, we're always nearby. Bank of Western Oklahoma, where the Western Oklahoma spirit is alive and well. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Second half between the Warriors and the Boomers. R5, when you work with R5 Custom Embroidery, you can count on a quick, fun, enjoyable process with results that consistently exceed expectations. Go chat with them, 817 Main Street in Woodward, or call 580-256-3579. Western Drug, 1021 Oklahoma Avenue in Woodward. They've got a friendly and caring staff and a drive-through window that is really convenient. Always excellent service as well. 580-256-5586 if you want to talk to them. And Salient State Bank, they've got a branch in Woodward now. The new location, 2314 Williams Avenue. Salient State Bank Woodward branch offers full-service banking, including personal checking, savings, home and commercial loans, mobile and online banking, wire transfers, and more. Salient State Bank Woodward branch, Western Drug, and R5 powering Boomer Sports this season. So, Eric, Boomers trailing by 4 at the break. Talk about them being able to kind of frustrate Anadarko a bit, limit those turnovers on their side. What do they got to do to kind of get over the top in this one? We've seen them come as close as 2 points, but they haven't taken a lead yet in this game.
Yeah, I think some of it is cleaning up things on the offensive end of the floor. There's been times where we get going too fast, throw the ball away. We've had some offensive fouls, like Caden Gaines' offensive foul down here. There's been plenty of opportunities. I think the Boomers are just, I guess going a little too fast sometimes. And we've talked about that. We talked about that. They did that at times against Elk City, and I think if they can clean up some of that on the offensive end, get set on some of their shots. They've had some off-balance shots. Once they kind of fix some of that, I think if they are able to take a little bit, get better opportunities on some of their shots, they would have the lead tonight.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point on some of those shots. We have seen them force the issue on some of those shots. That being said, Eric, the impressive part is some of those are going down. We've seen, Cole Reed fight one end. We've seen Caden Gaines not make one, but be able to draw some fouls off of it, get some free throws. Even a Gage Hutchins took a tough three and made it. So work to get those better looks definitely will be a good key. I'd like to remind you, Thursday, Woodward comes home for the first time this season as they host the Winter Classic. Feature teams such as Liberal, Guyman, Elk City, Perryton on the boys' side. Coming into town, Yukon as well. The Millers will come in 6A squad, boys and girls side. Games begin Thursday day, and then the Boomers will play 6 and 7:20 Thursday night against Guyman on both sides. We'll, of course, have that on Z92 and Boomer TV for you. Eric and Ely Noble will be on the call on that one. Look forward to listening to that. You guys should do a great job.
I hope so.
We'll be over on K101 finishing up the road to the top with football as Sealing will challenge Walika for the Class B Division II state championship game. See if the Wildcats could go back-to-back. That would be an impressive feat in of itself. And that'll be on K101, 7 o'clock, 6:30 pregame coverage. Kickoff at 7 at Chad Richardson Stadium. And 4A championship, 5A championship on Saturday. You'll have your A1s, A2s Friday afternoon, Friday night. Hooker will play for a state championship against Rejoice Christian. That'll be interesting. See if the Bulldogs could finally kind of overcome their obstacles. Had a chance last year against Fairview. The Yellow Jackets got them in that finals matchup. Timberlake for the Class C title will be Thursday afternoon. We'll kind of update you on what happened there. With that, they take on Tipton, who's always, we'll talk about a powerhouse of Class C. Tipton is always there, it seems like, on that Class C side. Timberlake has a pretty good squad this year, though. Coach Severin's done another phenomenal job with them.
Yeah, that's, we talk about culture all the time.
Yep.
Timberlake is one of those places where, and it's, not just Coach Severin. It was before Coach Severin as well, but there's just a football culture ingrained.
That's what they do. They were born with a football in their hands.
They are. I legitimately think they are.
So second half underway in Anadarko as it is. The Warriors beginning with the possession on Woodward. They work left to right in this half as this Walker feeding down on the baseline to Bray. Bray with the tough angled shot on the block. Able to get it up, draw the foul. Shot was no good. But Jabin Bray will head to the free throw line to begin the third quarter as Anadarko leads 38-34, 7:51 remaining in the quarter. Foul on Connor Price, the second. And Bray's first free throw does fall. He's got 11 points.
Yeah, they were able to draw something up where they got Connor kind of caught underneath with Bray attacking the basket, and that's where the foul came.
Bray misses the second. Boomers come down with the board read. They work it down to Hutchins, left baseline to Price, right wing. He'll attack to the free throw line, picks it up, feeds back to Reed behind him, top of the key. Over to Price, left corner. Thinks about the shot. Now looking to attack again. Spins into the paint, some traffic. Kicks out to Graff. Fakes the shot, pulls up. Mid-range left side. Graff smooth with the bucket. He's got 4. 39-36. Boomers trail by 3. Anadarko with the possession. It's Hutchins, Price, Reed, Carter Reed that is, Jay Graff, and Gaines to start the second half for the Boomers, the 5. Anadarko with it. Cange trying to drive to the basket one-on-one with Price and gets there. Up over the top of him, off the glass and in. Cage with 8. 41-36. Anadarko up by 5. Boomers in the left corner with Graff. Top the key to Gaines. He's guarded by Cage. Gaines trying to drive. It gets poked away and stolen as Wesley got in, stole that one away. Anadarko comes up with it, giving it to Cage, the left side in the corner. Goes to Wesley, trying to drive at the paint. Nice dump down to Barnes. His shot, though, wild as Gaines was on him on the defense. Price comes up with the board. They flip it ahead to Reed, right wing. Boomers trailing 41-36, 6:35 third quarter. Price on the left wing. He'll take the deep three, and that's a bit strong. Rims out. Rebound pulled down by Anadarko and Wesley. As the Warriors push across the timeline with Walker. Feeds back up to Cage. Top of the key, guarded by Hutchins. Sizing them up. Looking to attack down the right side of the paint. Does. Another tough angle shot. That one a bit off the mark, and rebound fought for. And they're going to call a foul on Anadarko as Gaines able to fight with Cage on the board. And they do get, let's see here. That was Barnes on the backside for the foul. His first, Hayden Barnes. And he'll come sit and give way to Troy Penderas. As it's Boomers with the possession, down 41-36, 6:05 third quarter. Price top of the key, right wing to Reed. Goes to the free throw line. Tough shot, pull up, and that one's a bit short off the front iron. Rebounded underneath by Bray and Anadarko. Flips ahead right side to Walker on the wing. Angles into the free throw line, kicks it back to Cage. Right wing to Penderas, who drives into the paint, goes up and under. Nice move by Penderas. Let Gaines kind of fly past him and able to get his first basket of the night. 43-36.
Yeah, he just waited until the right opportunity to take that up.
Hutchins the other side, able to answer quickly from the left block. He's got 16. Gage Hutchins having a phenomenal night. Keeps it within 5 for the Boomers. 43-38. Anadarko on top. 5:37 third quarter as a timeout taken on the floor in the game. 30-second timeout. Great Plains Bank, Heritage Trust, Respect. Those are the things that make Great Plains Bank great. With deep roots across Oklahoma and Texas, they are in touch with the communities in which their customers live and work. Also, M&D Enterprises and Lawnmower Shop. For your best lawn, porch, or patio, M&D Enterprises and Lawnmower Shop are your people. They carry everything you need to make your greenscape that little piece of heaven that you've always dreamed of. Locations in Woodward, Canton, and Weatherford. M&D, Great Plains Bank, powering Boomer Sports this season. So out of the timeout should be Anadarko possession. The Boomers just made the basket with Gage Hutchins, and what a game he's had. He's got 16 of the 38 for the Boomers.
Yeah, Gage has played really well tonight, and overall, I've been really impressed with Gage this year. Like he's playing much more under control.
Playing a little more mature, maybe.
Yeah, you know, and so I think a lot of his time he got last year kind of gave him that confidence and helped him out a lot.
Bray drives, kicks to Walker, right wing for three for Anadarko. That a bit long. Rebound taken by Price. Fires a pass to Hutchins on the wing. He tries to drive, and they're going to call the offensive foul on Hutchins, who got to the block, and Walker able to absorb the charge, they said. It's a tough break for Hutchins. Didn't see much lean, but might have been a case of Walker just got set in time.
I think Gage got a little bit of shoulder into him and forced him, and he fell down. Maybe a little bit of a flop, but you know,
Walker's the senior. He played it right.
Either way, you know, it was a good play. Gage, the shot did fall, unfortunately, for the Boomers. But.
As Anadarko back with it, Cage behind the back dribble into the paint. They work it back out to Penderas, left corner. He gets inside, trying to work his way in and travels with it, trying to edge into Jake Graff before putting up the shot.
And one of the adjustments, that more than likely Coach Shumper, told him in the locker room is, let the Boomers over pursue you.
Right.
Let the Boomers take their aggressiveness and, kind of use that to your advantage. And I think that's really kind of what Anadarko's done here early.
43-38, Boomers trail. Reed with it right wing, trying to go inside to Gaines, and a foul as Cage tried to work his way in. Gets his third foul. Boomers will keep possession. Second of the quarter, for Anadarko. Cage will come out, give way to Toyokoya. Toyokoya with 2 points in this one. Boomers inbound. They work to Price. Left baseline. The shot just rims out. Gaines with the second chance. That's no good. Now it's a fight for the board on the ground. Price able to get it, but he's trapped up, and timeout granted to Coach Kayla Gaines. Saving a possession arrow there as well as Price got tied up, and he's a little slow to get up, is Connor Price. Kind of feeling that one is Mr. Price. He does pop up. Might have to take a break, will Mr. Price. Smith & Co. Auction Realty, Oklahoma's real estate and land auction expert. Smith & Co., your #1 choice for all your land auction Land auctions and real estate needs. Call 580-254-3975 or email Ira at smithcorealestate.com. Smith & Co. Power and Boomer Sports on KMZE FM Woodward C92. And Eric Fiscali hasn't cranked down to start the third quarter, and now the Boomers, though, got to capitalize on some of these early chances they've had here.
Yeah, the second half has really been so physical. There's 31 fouls on the scoreboard. Now it's dropped.
Yes.
All of a sudden.
Yes.
No, but yes, exactly. The physicality, the way these two teams are working, it hasn't dropped off at all.
Carter Reed will inbound out of the timeout to Cole Reed, top the key for the Boomers. So feed to Graff, right wing. Graff backs out near the Warriors logo with the bounce. Anadarko not really pressing him out there as Walker is the man to guard him. Graff signals for Carter Reed to hand off to, and he does. Now trying to draw up the play. Again, another handoff. Boomers trying to work the half court here. They're sending a couple double screens for King Gaines, trying to work some to the basket. That's not there. Graff hands off to Reed, right wing. Now Reed trying to dump it to Cole Reed, left block. He gets there, position on head, bounces his way in and throws off the glass and in. Tough move by Cole Reed for his first basket of the night. On Jackson Head, 43-40, Boomers trail by 3 again.
And that's that size advantage overall the Boomers have. Cole's out there, and he's not the tallest guy.
But an inch or two taller than Head.
But he still has an inch or two on him. So.
And a drive by Trent Walker. He's been the answer every time so far for Anadarko. He's got 20. Makes it 45-40. Caden Gaines trying to bounce a pass to Gage Hutchins. A little miscommunication as Hutchins thought he was cutting in, or stayed out there. Gaines thought he was cutting in, but they're saying Anadarko the last to touch. Oh. And Walker's like, hey, I thought it was our ball.
All right.
Boomers keep it, so we'll take it. Didn't see anybody touch it for Anadarko, but we'll take that one. 3:36, third quarter. Boomers trail by 5. Inbound goes to Gaines. Turnaround, fadeaway, makes the elbow jumper. Just in rhythm for Gaines, all a 360 motion. He nails it. He's got 9 points. 45-42, Anadarko with a 3-point advantage. Pass over to Toy Coyle, right wing. Picked up by Gaines. Tries to go up top. Cole Reed almost with the steal on Jackson Head. They get over to Walker. Launches left wing 3. That one pops out. Rebound fought for. Graff able to come up with it in traffic for the Boomers.
Good block out by Jake there.
Cole Reed flips over to Gage Hutchins. Sits for the left wing 3. That's short. Rebound tipped into the paint. Picked up by Anadarko. Now loss of the handle by Wesley and then fallen on. Oh my goodness, they're still fighting for it. Eventually Caden Gaines has the left corner. He falls down and just throws it to Wesley for Anadarko. Flips ahead to Graff, and Graff bumps pretty hard, draws the foul. Oh man, that was a mess on the left side of the court. There's about 3 or 4 bodies on the time on the floor at one time. That's what I was trying to say. Goodness.
I think if we were, if I had a spotter here as I'm statting this, there would have been 3 steals and about 4 turnovers. So
all in about a 10-second span. Like I said, foul on Jake Graff on the end of it, as Anadarko was able to work it into the front court finally. Goodness. King Gaines will come sit for a second, catch a breather. So the 5 for Woodward, Colt Moore, Carter Reed, Gage Hutchins, Cole Reed, and Jake Graff. So the Boomers playing a little small out there. So we haven't seen a lot of Connor Sunderland this game. I think that's just because really more of an athletic Anadarko squad. As the inbounds will go to Penderas.
Yeah, this is definitely the game where you're going to play matchups.
And then the Boomers force the turnover as Penderas' pass a little too strong for Bray, who's in the right wing, guarded tightly by Cole Reed. So the Boomers force the turnover. 2:40 remain in the third quarter. They trail 45-42. Haven't been able to take the lead yet. Graff into the right corner to Carter Reed. Sits the screen for him. Top key to Colt Moore. Cole Reed, left wing, trying to drive. Baseline, tough shot over 2 defenders, gets it down. Cole Reed off the bench. He's got 4.
You got 3 sophomores and a junior on the floor now.
The youth popping for the Boomers. 45-44. Anadarko only leading by 1. 2:15 remains third quarter. Warriors with it. Top the key. Lone Wolf passes down in the paint to Bray. And they say Boomer pushed off on Bray in the paint.
I think it's going to go against Jake.
It is against Jake, yes.
And I think as he kind of got backed into it, he had both hands on him, and that's where that's how they're going to get him with the fouls, because they had both hands on him.
So 4th of the quarter for the Boomers with 2:13 remaining in the frame. 1 more free throws from Anadarko on the inbounds. Goes up high to Bray. Does Walker, and Bray loses the handle. Walker saves it, but throws it right to Boomer. King Gaines comes up with it, but then Walker pokes it from behind. Nobody said ball, and Gaines wasn't aware. So Walker keeps the possession essentially for Anadarko. 2 minutes remaining in third quarter. He's got a high left wing now, directing traffic after checking with Coach Shumpert. Goes to Wall, top the key, trying to drive into the paint. Into some traffic, a floater, too strong. Off the rim, no good. Rebound collected by Cole Reed. Flips head to Gage Hutchins. He attacks at the paint, gets around his defender. The little right-handed scoop, no good. Caden Gaines just gets ripped down on the rebound. He had the rebound, and then Pendervis just blatantly throws him down.
That's kind of one of those high shoulder tackles.
I wonder if they need another linebacker on that Anadarko team. Goodness. I mean, but again, that's everybody respecting what Caden's going to do. They don't want to give him that easy of a chance.
Yeah, that would, in theory, should have been an easy basket for Caden. So, by just essentially pulling him down, you're making the Boomers work a little bit harder for the points. 45-44, the inbound tipped, but Gaines still able to come up with it. The shot just rims out. Would have been the first lead of the game for the Boomers. Anadarko with the board. They push ahead to Bray. He puts up the layup left side and in. Quick transition from Anadarko. Bray with 13, 47-44. Warriors on top, minute 25, third quarter. Right wing Hutchins takes it for the Boomers. Top the key to Carter Reed. Left side to Price. He was looking to Cole Reed. Price still with the dribble. Now turns, attacks, puts up the floater off the glass, and yeah, they're going to get CP, I think, with the offensive foul.
I think so. Yep, and it is the charge on Connor Price. There was no arm signal out, but so the third foul by Price. Fifth of the quarter for the Boomers, by the way. No free throws on this one, but the Boomers got to play careful this last minute 13. As they trail 47-44, Price will come out. Colt Moore comes back in.
Like I see the Boomers settle down. They are playing very, very aggressive and getting opportunities, but I think they need to settle down a little bit.
Top the key. Anadarko with it. They work it to Lone Wolf. Feeds to Bray. Now they're just going to patiently pass it around too high. Elbows extended out near the Warrior logo. Hutchins looking to jump on the passes. Lone Wolf has to hold it for a minute. And just finds Walker. 45 seconds remains third quarter. Anadarko leads 47-44. Anadarko might try to hold for this final shot. Coach Shumpert not wanting them to force the issue right now with 30 seconds remaining third quarter. Just tells Walker, you're all right. Stand near that logo. So this is where you'd like to see Carter Reed go be a little aggressive on him, force something. Because the Boomers have been picky in terms of being able to find those passing lanes.
The only downside about that is because of the foul situation.
Right, yeah. You foul, you give up free throws. It's a fair point. 10 seconds remaining, third quarter. Walker now gets the motion going. Bray, right wing, give and go. Back to Bray on the baseline, and there's the foul as he got underneath Caden Gaines, and Gaines tried to recover. It'll be the second foul of the game on Gaines. So with 4 seconds remaining in the quarter, Jabin Bray heads to the free throw line to extend Anadarko's 47-44 lead. So depending on how the free throws goes, we'll get a couple chances here. Bray's first free throw falls. He's got 14. So him and Walker have combined for 34 of the 48 for Anadarko. Bray's second free throw, that one falls as well. So 15 points. It's 49-44. Anadarko up by 5. 4 seconds remains third quarter. You got some substitutions coming in, a lot. For Anadarko, Coach Shumpert settling with the second string guys, make sure the fouls stay off as starters. The inbound goes Cole Reed, trying to flip it out of Colt Moore 1 second. He can't launch it, and that's how we end the third quarter as Woodward will trail by 5, enter in the fourth, 49-44. You're listening on Z92 and Boomer TV. It's Boomer Basketball.
Life never stops moving. Between the 30-minute commutes, daycare pickups, and that weekend trip to Grandma's, you're racking up the miles. What you need is a tire that can keep up, like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety you expect, you can lose track of the miles and focus on what really matters, the memories made along the way. Stop in today at 2220 Main in Woodward to see your local Michelin dealer, Pipe Lanes Tire.
Tired of complicated Wi-Fi management? Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi makes it easy. With Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi, you can set your Wi-Fi password, view all your connected devices, and even run speed tests all from your phone. Need to set up parental controls? No problem. Simple, smart, secure. Stay connected and in control with Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi. Visit GoPioneer.com to learn more.
Quarter full house as we are ready to begin the fourth quarter between Anadarko and Woodward. Anadarko with the 5-point advantage on Woodward. These teams have been tight throughout. Anadarko had the 10-0 advantage to start the game, and so far that's pretty much been the difference. Boomers raced back that first quarter to make it a 19-15 game. Second quarter, the teams tied at 19 apiece. And then third quarter, Anadarko won by a point, 11-10.
Yeah, it's been a real physical game, a fast pace. This is one of those games where teams, kind of learn where they're at. The Boomers played in 2 games this year, blew out Elk City, got blown out. So now they're having to play going into the fourth quarter, playing a close game. We're going to kind of see where the Boomers are at here.
As the Boomers do begin with the possession to start the fourth quarter, working right to left in front of us. Anadarko left to right in this half. Caden Gaines near side will inbound into Cole Reed. Top keep that stolen away by Walker. The other way, Walker with the layup. 22 points for Trent Walker at this one. Anadarko extends their lead to 7, 51-44. Graff top the key for the Boomers with the dribble. Looking for somebody to pass to, trying to flip it to paint to Gaines. Some traffic, it's off Gaines' hands, stolen away by Walker. Now Gaines with full court defense. They call a foul on Caden Gaines. He's trying to claim he was straight up, but a little too much hip there, if you will. So his third foul, first of the quarter for the Boomers.
Yeah, and again, right off the bat, we're already kind of seeing that pressure of the situation kind of getting to the Boomers. You like to see them settle down here, kind of as get into the fourth quarter.
So Anadarko with the 51-44 lead could threaten to 10 points on this possession should they make it 3. Koyo right wing with it, guarded by Gaines. Now trying to go into the paint. Bray's not there, stolen away by Price. Boomers racing the other way with a little bit of numbers into Gaines. Left corner, pops the 3, has some space, and it goes down. Caden Gaines with 12 points on his first 3 of the night. Pulls it back to a 4-point game, 51-47. Anadarko still with the lead. As they'll take the possession. Cage across the timeline for the Warriors. Goes left wing to Leslie. Top to Cage. He tries to drive, kicks out right wing. Bray pops the 3 with the hand in his face. That's off the front side of the rim, no good. And they call a foul on the floor as Koya comes down with the board and got put down. And they'll get Gage Hutchins. That's his third foul, second of the quarter for Woodward already. Still 6:52 remaining in the game. As Anadarko below the left block with the possession. Walker inbounds Cage top of the key, trying to go on Hutchins. The Cage just travels, trying to fake out Hutchins. Cage just kind of looking at him like, all right.
Yeah, got some happy feet.
Got some happy feet. So the Boomers get the possession back. This will be Connor Price working across the timeline. Near the Warriors logo, top key, gets the high screen from Gaines, tries to feed down to Hutchins. Hutchins can't get it clean on the right baseline, turns it over, and Anadarko will take it back. Hutchins would have had an open layup.
Yeah, good look by CP. Just unfortunately, Hutchins couldn't corral the balls as it came into him.
Walker driving on Jake Graff, and they were going to get Graff for the foul on the floor. As Graff will body to him, trying to prevent the senior from getting to the paint. Oh. So Graff, that would be, if I can get to him, one more here. That'll be his fourth foul, so one more, he's out. That's the third of the quarter for the Boomers. 6:29 remaining in the game. Anadarko 51-47. Cage driving on Hutchins, sticks it from the right block off the glass and falls in. Cage with the basket, pushes the lead. Back to 6, 53-47. Boomers the other way. Hutchins trying to drive right block, and he's fouled by Bray. So they get tied up.
Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, I don't understand where the change is, but all of a sudden they started getting a little touchy here.
Yeah, I mean, they play pretty physical first half. Now it's a little bit more, ticky-tack. Third foul by Bray. First of the quarter for Anadarko. Price has a possession beneath the right block for the Boomers on the baseline, inbounding. Goes high, top of the key, right wing, I should say, to Reed. Now Price poked at on the right corner by Walker. Fires it cross court, left corner. Hutchins wide open for 3. He'll take it and nail it. Gage Hutchins with 19 points, and the Boomers back within 3, 53-50. They can always get back within 3, but they can't quite get over the top yet. 5:55 remaining in the game. Anadarko with the lead, and a good one. Walker driving to the paint, through the traffic, and they wave off the made shot. Another foul on the floor by the Boomers. And Walker, you got to give him credit. He gets the one-on-one on one of those young guys, and he says, I'm taking you to the hole.
Yeah, and again, I think, you know, if the officials are going to call it like that, you know, you might as well take it to the hole, because more than likely you're going to get a foul called, and before long the Boomers going to be are going to get their 5th foul.
Moore got his 2nd, and a 3 missed by Bray off the inbound. Boomers the other way. They can't take advantage of it. Anadarko with the board. Leaking out is Wesley. His layup sticks, and they call a foul on Carter Reed. I didn't even see contact. So it's an and 1 for Wesley, as Reed blew by him, but called a foul. So that's Reed's 2nd, and it's the 5th of the quarter for the Boomers, and now importantly an and 1 coming for Wesley.
Yeah, I think
Wesley's first basket of the night. Reed's a little upset. I can understand that one. That was, if you watch on Boomer TV, wasn't really much contact. Free throw missed by Wesley, but Cange with the rebound underneath and capitalizes. So he's got 12, and now it's a 7-point lead again for Anadarko, 57-50, just like that. Price driving to the paint, feeds down to Hutchins, lets a couple guys blow by him, and his shot off the mark. Now the rebound, fought for, loose. Colt Moore comes up with it and puts it in. Through some more contact, 57-52, 5:10 remains in the game. So it's Walker across the timeline for Anadarko. Checked by Moore. Again, thinking about taking it to the paint. Instead, they'll swing it to Wesley, left wing, and oh my. They called a foul underneath on the entry pass and called Hutchins. Now, Hutchins' back is to us. Maybe he was trying to pull a little bit, but we didn't see anything physical there. So unfortunately, that is free throws for Anadarko as Hutchins gets his 4th, and he'll go to the bench.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't understand how we went 3 quarters
as physical as
it was, and all of a sudden now we're starting to get a bunch of really touchy ticky-tack fouls. It just, I mean, if you're going to,
it's not so much the calls, it's the shift. Like
right. If you're gonna blow your whistle, do it when it was as physical as it was earlier in the game, not like it is now.
As Cange makes his first free throw, so 58-52 Anadarko on top. Cange with 13. Second free throw on the way, that one falls as well. Anadarko back to a 7-point advantage. 5 minutes even remain in the game. Boomers the other way. Price into the corner to Moore. Top key, Carter Reed. Swing around back to Price left side, now in the corner to Gaines. Picks up his dribble and just works it back. Play a little catch. And now a foul underneath on Anadarko. So maybe they could hear us a little bit. That'll be Anadarko's 2nd of the quarter.
Even that was a touchy foul. Now it was a foul because I saw that he actually kind of reached up and grabbed Isaiah's arm a little bit. Isaiah was doing a great job of getting in position and posting up, but you know, even that, from what we've seen throughout the game, was touchy.
Inbounds goes to Isaiah Washington, left block. He throws off the back of an Anadarko player. Turnover picked up by Pendervis. He drives to the paint, flies in, gets the bucket from the left side. So Pendervis with the basket. He's got 4. Makes it 61-52. Boomers trail by 9. 4:25 remaining in the game. Price left wing. Trying to attack on Walker. Gets the free throw line. Gets it over to Gaines. Right corner. He'll step back, take a tough 3, and with the hand to his face. Rebound on the backside by Washington. He goes up with the second chance. That just rolls out. Gaines flies in, fight for the board. Pushes it back up. Draws the foul. It's not a shooting foul. It should be on the floor. Gaines just hustle and try to get that board. Woodward trying to argue, the fans trying to argue it's shooting. Coach Gaines trying to argue that to no avail. I think that one was on the floor. So.
Yeah, I think it was just more because he didn't have control.
Possession, yeah.
It was one of those things where if he had control of it, you know that he's trying to put it back up, but I don't think he ever had control of it.
Barnes gets his first foul. 3 fouls now there. Anadarko to Woodward's 5. On the inbounds goes Price underneath. Gaines from the right block in, and the foul. Gaines worked himself into a good position. Price with the nice feed, and Kate Gaines with the bucket gets the and 1 as well.
That's CP's 5th assist. And, you know, we talked about this earlier today that, you know, that's his role. That is CP's role, is to create and distribute the ball, and he's doing a good job of that.
Jaden Bray picks up his 3rd foul. Excuse me, his 4th, and the free throw for Gaines does fall. He's got 15 points. Back to a 6-point game. 61-55, Anadarko with the lead. And pass batted out of bounds, yeah.
I was about to say Boomers need to get a stop right here. Almost got that stop.
4:02 remaining in the game. Anadarko, 6-point advantage, 2 possessions. And there is
There it
the
is.
steal. Cole Moore steps in front of the pass intended for Toya Koya. Tries to go for a shot that's blocked. Cole Reed with the second chance. He swatted at. And it just leaks out by Reed on the turnaround jumper right side. Rebound by Anadarko. Cange kicks over to Pendarvis. Drives baseline. Goes to the left corner. Toya Koya for the 3, hand in the face. That's off the back iron high. Rebound taken by Anadarko and Cange. Tough board as they keep possession. Bray gets a high left wing. This game physical. Still. We'll swing around to Toya right wing. Checked by Colt Moore. Clock at 3:30 remaining. Top the key break. Checked by Cole Reed. Work at the Barnes. Now Coach Shumpert trying to direct traffic from the sideline. Pendarvis throws in the paint. Carter Reed steals it away. He's going the other way from the Boomers. 3-on-3. Steps through the lane. Puts up the layup too strong off the glass. Off the rim. Rebound taken by Anadarko. Cange leaking out the other side. He'll get the basket. 16 points for him. Tough break for the Boomers. Needed that one. As it's 63-55, 3:04 remaining in the game. They actually put 83 instead of 63 on the board. It's not 83-55. Yeah. M&D Enterprises, Lawnmower Shop for your best lawn, porch, or patio. M&D and Lawnmower Shop are your people. They carry everything you need to make your greenscape that little piece of heaven you've always dreamed of. Locations: Woodward, Canton, Weatherford. Compass Athletics, from sports equipment to championship trophies, everything in between. 2024 Main Street, Woodward. Call them 580-256-7045. And Western Drug, 1021 Oklahoma Avenue in Woodward. They've got a friendly and caring staff. A drive-through window is awfully convenient as well. Always excellent service. Call 580-256-5586. Western Drug, Compass Athletics, and M&D powering Boomer Sports this season. Well, Eric, I could say, we were wondering what the Boomers are going to be really made of coming into tonight off air, because this Anadarko team, like we talked about, is not Weatherford. They're very good, but they're not as stout as Weatherford. Still going to be a very good contender in 3A and a team that has been 4A up until last year. I'd say the Boomers have answered some of those concerns. Tough road environment, especially with the way this game has gone in the fourth quarter. You missed a couple of chances, but for the most part, you've been right on top of Anadarko.
Yeah, they have. And again, like you said, we talked about this was kind of a game where we could really see where this Boomer team is. And I think we're kind of seeing here in the fourth quarter early on that, they're still growing. They're still learning how to win tight games and things like that. But this game, we still got 3 minutes to go. This is a very winnable game for the Boomers.
So it'll be their possession after the timeout. Price top the key, left wing corner goes to Gaines. Takes the 3 open and splashes it. Caden Gaines with 18. And the Boomers back within 5. 63-58, 2:45 remaining. Now you've got to apply some pressure, get a stop. Anadarko leads 63-58. It's Walker across the timeline. They're going to go too high. Boomers got to press here. I know you got the fouls, but you got to do something. Right wing break. Swing it around, Toya Walker, left corner, try to get into the paint. Price able to get the steal note as he was able to make the move on Cange. Good effort by Price, couldn't get the steal. It's out of bounds before he could save it. Now Washington, Price come out, Hutchins, Graff in for the Boomers. Inbound for Anadarko, work it high left side to Wesley, 2:20 now remaining in the game. Boomers going to try to apply some of that man pressure as Hutchins all over Wesley right now, trying to get the count going. Flips over to Bray, guarded by Cole Reed. Reed trying to get in there, poke at the senior. They'll just hand off to Cange. Nice switch by Reed, and now fouls. It's Cole Reed with his first, now making free throws for Anadarko. It'll be Jordan Cange, who's been solid at the line so far. 2:07 remains in the game. Anadarko with the 63-58 lead. Cange sets up his first free throw. That one falls. Now Isaiah Washington will step in for Reed. Connor Price in. Some quick substitutions. And he'll take out Jay Graff. Graff playing with 4 fouls. Price with 3. Washington with none. So 2:07 left in the game. Anadarko up 64-58. Second free throw for Cange on the way. That one rims around and falls in. So he's got 18. Now the Boomers trying to push. They throw ahead to Gaines. Right corner to Price. He's guarded tightly by Walker. Has to feed it to Reed. Reed right elbow trying to find some space. Working up to Hutchins. Boomers trying to find a look. Hutchins gets poked at. It's between his legs, stolen by Anadarko. Cage comes up with it. Now he's in some traffic and travels. Ooh, good break for the Boomers with 1:49 remaining in the game. Substitution, Reed out, Washington out, Cole Reed back in. Jay Graff in for the Boomers. Trailing by 7. 3 possessions technically with 1:49 remaining. Price takes the inbounds pass. Trying to set the offense, looking for the quick shot. Gaines takes it left corner, fires, hand to his face. He no good, but he draws the foul as Toya Koya stepped out and hit him. So 3 shots coming for Caden Gaines.
Yeah, you know, and that's just one of those things where, you know, if you are a team going up against the Boomers, you can't lose sight of where Gaden is and allow him to catch the ball in that kind of situation.
First free throw for Gaines falls. He's got 19. Could hit his second 20-point effort in his young career. He had 25 against Elk City. Second free throw, that falls as well. So he's got 20. Second free throw falls for Gaines. Third one all the way, that goes as well. Pulls it back to 4 for the Boomers. They trail 65-61. Gaines with 21 tonight of the 61s heat up in the second half. As it's Walker across the timeline. Double team, feeds it right wing in the corner. Played around to Bray. Boomers gonna have to try to press a little bit. Price all up in Walker. Now finds Bray. Feeds over to Cage, high left wing. Back to Walker. Anadarko trying to play their 4 corners. Boomers trying to trap him. That's where Anadarko's really good under Coach Shumpert. Able to control that possession. Koya, left corner, goes all up top to Walker. Now they're just making the Boomers chase. And Takoya gets open on the inside for a quick basket. Boomers lost him. He's got 4. 67-61. Boomers down by 6. Gaines in traffic. Another 3 right corner. That one doesn't go. Cole Reed trying to fight for the board. Can't quite rip it away. Now the Boomers trying to tie up Walker, but he's fouled. 53 seconds. Situation looking a bit dire now for the Boomers as they trail 67-61. Foul on Jay Graff.
That's
his 5th.
That last possession by Anadarko just kind of move around. And you know, everybody knew what they were doing, but you know, because the Boomers finally got to the point where they had to come up, try to get a quick foul, that left somebody wide open underneath.
Timeout taken by Coach Gaines, and she wants to talk about R5. When you work with R5 Custom Embroidery, you can count on a quick, fun, and enjoyable process with results that consistently exceed your expectations. Chat with them, 817 Main Street in Woodward or 580-256-3579. Also, Smith & Co. Auction Realty, Oklahoma's real estate and land auction experts. Smith & Co. is your #1 choice for all your land auctions and real estate needs. 580-254-3975. Email ira@smithcorealestate.com. And M&D Enterprises for your best lawn, porch, or patio. M&D Enterprises and the Lawnmower Shop are your people. They carry everything you need to make your greenscape that little piece of heaven you've always dreamed of. Locations in Woodward, Canton, and Weatherford. M&D, Smith & Co. and R5 powering Boomer Sports this season. So have a timeout. Boomers trailing 67-61. It's been a fun one against Anadarko, the #5 team in Class 3A, 2-0 on the season, or the Warriors. Boomers have come with a fight tonight. Looked rough early. They're down 10-0, but have fought back and kept it within 5 pretty much the entirety of the night up until this last little stretch. It'll be Trent Walker with 2 free throws out of this timeout. He's got 22 points on the night. Has been a steady rock for the Warriors. His first free throw rattles in. He makes it. 23 points on the night. 5 for the Boomers. Gates Hutchins, Cole Reed, Connor Price, Carter Reed, Caden Gaines. Second free throw for Walker. That's short, and then a foul underneath on Anadarko, and that's #5. So the Boomers get some quick free throws out of it. And that was on Toya Koya, his second. And it's Cole Reed going to the free throw line for the Boomers.
Well, I guess this is a way to potentially flip a point on the Warriors without time running off. So.
Without taking a launch 3, yeah. I mean, why not? First free throw for Cole Reed off the back iron strong. So remains 68-61. You had to jinx it, Eric.
I know.
As Reed trying to get his second free throw. A couple dribbles, puts it up. That one rattles around, just leaks out. Koya, can't come down with the board, but it's poked out of bounds by Kaden Gaines. So, and now another timeout by Coach Gaines. She wants to set up the plane here. 50 seconds remains. Anadarko up 68-61. Again, though, Eric, it's another loss. You're 1-2, but you played the #1 team in 4A, the #5 team in 3A, who was in 4A last year as a quarterfinalist. I don't think a 68-61 or within 10-point loss, the way they played tonight, anything to be ashamed about the Woodward Boomers.
No, absolutely. There's enough things that you could look at that the Boomers could fix, and if they fix that, they win this game. One of those big free throws. I have to go back and count how many exactly we missed, but those are literally 3 points we are leaving off the board. And
that's a small thing, but a game like this, very important, right? At the end of game situation.
Those times where, defensively when we lost control, lost somebody.
Off the inbounds, Boomers trying to force the steal. They can't. Wesley comes up with it. Flips over to Kane. Still in the backcourt, though, and then a foul on Kaden Gaines. Rushed in there on Walker. Taps him. So that's Caden's 4th foul.
Yeah,
Walker will go to the line.
I think Coach Gaines wasn't really too happy with that foul because the Boomers were playing really good defense.
And they weren't trying to foul.
And they weren't necessarily trying to foul because you were getting close to that, really getting close to that 10-second point.
So Walker, first free throw. Pops, hits the back iron, hits off the front, goes high and falls in. Looked like it was just going to fall out, but he didn't. So 24 points for Trent Walker tonight. Averaged 12 last season on a state quarterfinal team. Second free throw on the way. That one falls as well. He's got 25. 70-61. Boomers trail Connor Price with 40 seconds remaining. Gives it to Kaden Gaines around the top of the key. He launches another three. It's off the right side of the rim and fought 4 out of bounds. They say last touch by Gage Hutchins and the Boomers. Down to 33 seconds remaining. The Boomers nearly trail by 10. There's now Gaines looking to pass it. Gaines swats the pass. Still remain with Anadarko, but Gaines says no, sir, to the touchdown pass, if you will, that Gaines was trying to line up for. Now a quick substitution by Coach Shumpert as he'll get Pendarvis in, take out Koya.
Well, unfortunately, that's the second time that they're walking all over the place down there on the inbound.
And Gaines able to break the pressure as they get to Pendarvis, and now a quick foul by Carter Reed. That'll be his 3rd with 26 seconds remaining in the game, and Pendarvis ready to shoot a couple of free throws. He's got 4 points tonight. First free throw falls.
Yeah, but for the Boomers, these are the type of games where you have a lot that you can learn from.
Oh yeah.
When you have several of these close games, you're eventually going to take that next step and move forward.
Pendarvis misses the second free throw, 71-61. Boomers trail by 10. Gaines left wing for another 3. That's short off the left side of the iron. Gets his own rebound though. Fakes the 3. Thinks about stepping back. Now tries to draw contact on Gaines. Does not go. Rebound by Washington. Reed flying in and gets a basket in the bucket. Carter Reed able to make one, his 6 points of the night. Coach Gaines wants another quick timeout. 7 seconds remaining. You're down 71-63.
I think this timeout is more of a, hey, we're not going to stop. The likelihood of scoring, 8 points with 7 seconds is
hard to do in the NBA. Really hard to do in college or
exactly.
high school. No shot clock.
But hey, we're not gonna stop. We're gonna continue doing our job. We'll continue to learn from the situations that we're in. And there's going to be situations where this may be a 1-point ball game, where there's an inbound with 7 seconds left. So you're going to want to draw. You're going to want to say, hey, this is what we're going to get in defensively to make that stop. And so you've got to use this as a situational learning opportunity.
Yeah, I mean it's a live game rep for a situation like you're talking about in the future that may very well arise. You can't duplicate that very easy in practice. The intensity of the moment, that sort of thing. So fair point to that. May not look like it's meaningful, but it very much, especially with a young team like the Boomers are, absolutely.
Right.
1000%
It's a team that's
is.
not been in these situations.
Right. So 71-63, 7 seconds remains. Anadarko on top with possession on the inbounds. Let's pass it back behind the line. Now they throw it up to Walker, and Walker gives it to Pendarvis, and he's fouled by Connor Price with 4 seconds remaining. Price, that was his 4th. Boomers with 11 fouls in this quarter, so well into the bonus. So be Pendarvis, a couple more free throws. He's got 5, mainly from the free throw line tonight. First one falls. 72-63, Anadarko leads.
I just want to quickly, while I'm thinking about it, thank you to Coach Moore for bringing over some pizza
Yes, she
for
did. Spoiling us.
the broadcast team, Boomer TV.
Second free throw from Pendarvis, splits out. Reed with the rebound for the Boomers. At 1, Hughes near the half-court line, and that doesn't go. And that's how we end the ball game. Anadarko wins it 72-63. They defend their home court against the Boomers. We'll step aside, take a break, listen to Boomer Basketball, Z92 and Boomer TV.
This back-to-school season, give your home the connection it deserves with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Experience the power of Wi-Fi 6 technology for smoother streaming, gaming, and learning. And with the Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi app, managing your home network is a breeze. Choose from multiple plans with symmetrical speeds for lightning-fast uploads and downloads. Get your family ready with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Sign up today at gopioneer.com.
You tackle an endless to-do list every day. It may seem like a thankless job, but you know better. It's the little things that matter most. That will appreciate the enduring value of the Michelin tire. Designed for doers like you, Michelin's longest-lasting tire keeps you on the go longer, so you have one less thing to worry about on your next road trip. Stop in today for miles of uncompromised safety and performance. Visit your local Michelin dealer, High Plains Tire, at 2220 Main in Woodward.
Back there, quarter Philhouse is the Anadarko boys. 72-63 tonight. Anadarko improves to 3-0. The boys forward fall to 1-2 on the season. Looking at your final stats, boy Trent Walker for Anadarko, a great game, 25 points. Was really the spearhead of their attack tonight. 18 for Jordan Cage. And then you've got Jabin Bray also with 15. Those 3 scores in double figures for Anadarko. On the Woodward side, they run down. A bit of more spread out scoring. Caden Gaines, 21 points tonight, heated up in that second half. Gage Hutchins had a strong night with 19. You look at 6 from Carter Reed, 4 from Jay Graff, 5 from Connor Price, also 4 from Cole Reed and Cole Moore for the Boomers. You're scoring. Those rebounds, those turnovers, how do we fare there as team-wise there?
Boomers out-rebounded Anadarko tonight, 33-25 in my very rough numbers.
Unofficial, we'll say.
Yeah, unofficial. Gaines had 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks, and 2 steals. Carter Reed had 6 defensive rebounds, an offensive rebound, 3 assists, a steal. Gage Hutchins had 3 rebounds. The one number that really stood out, you think about, CP, he had 3 rebounds, but he also had 5 assists and 2 steals, so he played really well tonight. So I think overall it was a fairly well-played game by the Boomers.
And another situation where you're against a highly ranked team, and now we're in that transition. And we talked about a lot last year, right? This team was trying to learn how to close some of those games when you had the big lead. Now against the upper competition, can you be able to be mature enough, show some of that, veteranness to try to close the game in a tight situation? Couldn't do it tonight, but a lot of great things you did, especially coming back from that 10-0 hole early. You figure you get a little bit better start. This game might wind up a little bit differently because you really controlled it. It seemed like that second and third quarter, you just couldn't ever get over the top, and that was kind of the final issue for the Boomers tonight.
Yeah, and like we talked about kind of late there in the fourth quarter was, this is a situation the Boomers aren't used to being in, is being in these close games, and especially against the caliber of opponent that the Warriors are. So, it's one of those learning games for the Boomers where, after they may have another 2 or 3 games like this where they get close but they can't get over the hump. but eventually they're gonna get over the hump and they're gonna start rolling in games like this. And those are the moments that you've taken that next step as a growing program.
And the road doesn't get super easier, but maybe not quite a stout competition as you get to Thursday. They'll take on Guyman, though Guyman has some good athletes. We've talked about them over the last couple of years. Probably, if they really start putting it together, could be a team to deal with like they are on the girls' side for sure. The girls will play Guyman 6 o'clock Thursday for the Winter Classic. First round action. The boys will follow into the night at 7:20. We'll have that on Z92 and Boomer TV. And, of course, other teams that tournament, UConn, Liberal, also see Elk City. Both sides, you'll see Parrington on the boys' side, some JV with Enid as well in there in Liberal. So it should be a fun tournament. That'll be at Boomer Fieldhouse Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We advise you to come check that out. Of course, also Road to the Top Thursday night, ending at UCO, Chad Richardson Stadium at Sealing. The Wildcats taking on Walika for the Class B Division II State Championship. We'll have that on K101. That pregame will start about 6:30, kickoff at 7 o'clock. Of course, got to thank Pioneer, Justwell Chevrolet in Shattuck, and Bank of Western Oklahoma. Phenomenal partners with us, as well as High Plains Tire. And that brings me to Eric. Who you got for the boys? Bank of Western Oklahoma player of the game tonight.
I think we got to go. I think we got to go with Caden Gaines. Just the way he continued to battle throughout the game. He had his high point total, but he also had eight rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks, and 2 steals, and really just everything that he does to take away the defense to open up other opportunities for the other guys. And really, you can put Gage Hutchins as a very close second the way Gage played tonight as well. So
yeah, they were both phenomenal. No about that. 25 points, 19 points for them tonight each. So good job to both of those guys. Caden Gaines, your Bank of Western Oklahoma player of the game for the boys' side. Bank of Western Oklahoma goes beyond banking. No matter where you are, Bank of Western Oklahoma is always close. Find a location near you at bankofwesternoklahoma.com. Everybody, we very much appreciate you for tuning in, as you always do, whether it be via Boomer TV or Z92. Eric, phenomenal job tonight. Boomer TV crew, good job. I'm patting their backs. Okay, good job tonight, guys. Appreciate them. And everybody, we hope you have a great rest of your Tuesday night. And we'll catch you Thursday back at home, Boomer Fieldhouse, for the Winter Classic. It's been Boomer Basketball on Z92.